What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This your boy Jay Reed for Jay Reed's Love of Cars. Like, comment, and subscribe. So you're thinking about adding a power adder, but you are unsure which route to take. And you're thinking about doing nitrous because it is the least expensive out of a turbo and a supercharger. Well, let's talk about nitrous. I can talk about nitrous because I currently have a nitrous setup on my foxbody Mustang that I installed myself, and I fake tuned it myself. And what I mean by tune, I mean change the jets. So let's dive into the pros. The number one pro is the horsepower per dollar. You can spend $1,000 on a nitrous system, and that's going to include your bottle warmer, your nitrous kit, your purge kit, and any type of little relays and stuff that you need to buy, and you are all set. Now, one of the things that you got to consider if you're installing it yourself is you need to know how to wire. If you do not know how to wire, things are going to be difficult. If there is anything that's difficult about installing a nitrous kit on your foxbody Mustang, it is the wiring. Now, it's not that difficult, but it is the most difficult thing. Why? You can either just do one or two relays, have everything running off the same relay, or you can build a relay panel. I chose to build a relay panel. This is the panel that I built for my foxbody Mustang, and it was actually fun to build. So essentially, the most difficult part of the nitrous install is actually probably the funnest. It's as simple as that. Now, things to consider. You're going to have to be changing plugs. You're going to have to go a couple of plugs colder depending on how much horsepower you are running. You are going to have to decrease your timing. I keep my timing at 10 degrees regardless of what nitrous shot I'm using, regardless if I'm not using nitrous at all, because for me, that's keeping it simple, and I don't necessarily have to worry about forgetting to take timing out when I'm using nitrous. I don't really care how fast my car is in A, so there you go. If you care about that, then you either want some type of adjustable timing like an MSD box, or you have to know how to manually set your timing you have to remember to manually set your timing with the distributor every time you switch from nitrous to driving it in A. My suggestion, just leave it at 10 degrees. I leave mine at 10 degrees all the way up to 150 shot. And so far, I ain't had any issue, and I have had multiple bottles through my car. Now, the cons of it is every time you fill up a bottle, it's going to cost you at least $5 per pound. So you're going to spend at least $60 to fill up a bottle. How long does a bottle last you? It depends on the shot that you're using, but let's say you're going to use 150 shot, because there's no way that you're going to be conservative and keep it at 50 or 100, and you know you got 150 shot pill just sitting in your toolbox. So let's play with 150. 150, you're going to get no more than 8 passes. So that is essentially 1 day at the track. You include that plus the track and tech fees, and every time you go to the track, it's going to cost you at least $85. Now, is that expensive? No, but it's something to think about. If this is your only hobby, then go for it. If you have other hobbies, it's something to think about. Why did I choose nitrous? I chose nitrous, number one, because I'm old school. Number two, I'm broke. So I chose nitrous, and I love it. I love it so much, I am getting it put on my C6 Corvette Grand Sport as we speak. Now, I'm not putting it on that car because I can't afford to fuck it up. This particular one, the Mustang, I can afford to fuck it up. So there you go. And I wanted to learn. The 302, the foxbody Mustang, is one of the easiest cars to work on. So even if you just got your foxbody, you don't really know how to work on cars, you've picked a great platform to start learning how to work on cars. That is the main reason why I bought this car right here, because of the simplicity, and I wanted to learn to work on cars. So if you're thinking about going with nitrous, those are just some of the things to think about. You're going to have to go with colder plugs as well. And you're going to always want to make sure that your bottle is up to temperature. You want to keep it around 900 to 1,000. If it's over that, you want to purge it. Otherwise, you will blow your shit up. Now, window switch. Window switches are very important if you have a stick shift. Not so much if you have an automatic, but I run the micro switch that came with the kit, and the window switch is turned off at the moment because I have tested my car enough to know that I really don't need it with 150 shot, but I know for a fact that I do need it with 175 shot. Go back to one of my previous videos and you will see why. Now let's say you want a supercharger. How easy is it to install a supercharger on your foxbody Mustang compared to Nitrous? Well, I haven't installed a supercharger on a foxbody Mustang, but I have installed it on a 2003 Mustang GT with my brother. To be honest, the technical difficulty is probably about the same. The only difference is, and probably the best thing is, you don't have as much wiring to worry about when you are installing a supercharger, unless you are installing like an AFR gauge and shit like that. But the install time is roughly the same as well. Now, when it comes to mechanical ability, you need to have a greater sense of, you need to have more mechanical ability installing the supercharger than you do Nitrous. You can install the Nitrous by yourself relatively easy. To install the supercharger by yourself, it won't be relatively easy and it will take even longer, but it can be done. And the complexity is not that more difference. It's just more mechanical prowess that you're gonna need. So if you're thinking about adding a power adder to your car and you are on a budget, you just want to try it out, just want a little something here and now, you just want something for the track, consider Nitrous. But just know you can blow your shit up. You can blow it up, but I can honestly say I have made tons of Nitrous mistakes with my foxbody, and my motor has never been hurt. It's running better than ever. I've blown up intakes because I've tried to put too much on it in a certain way, and the motor is still good. So it's not like as soon as you make a mistake, you're gonna blow your shit up. Now, can that happen? Yes, if it is a critical mistake. But I can tell you, I have had Nitrous for at least, I don't know, probably going on 3 years now, definitely 2 years. And I'm still running the same original engine that the car came with. Turbos, that's a whole nother ball game of complexity, even more complex than the supercharger. But as far as cost, you can kind of get a fairly cheap turbo setup for your foxbody Mustang for just a little bit more than what you're going to pay for a Nitrous kit. You will need a new fuel pump. Go with a 255. I put a 255 in mine. I didn't stick with the stock fuel pump. I didn't want to guess it because my kit is a wet kit. Now, should you get a dry kit or wet kit? My personal opinion is a wet kit. Why? Because you can manually tune your car without relying on the fuel injectors or your car's computer to tune it. And you can run a standalone tank and run C16 in it or 110 octane in your for when the Nitrous is on, and run 93 when you're just driving around. I just feel like with a wet kit, you have more options for fuel delivery than what you do using your fuel injectors. If I was using my fuel injectors with a dry kit, I would probably upgrade them to at least 24 or 42. And that's more money right there, because if you upgrading your fuel, if you upgrading your injectors, you got to upgrade your MAFS sensor and all of that shit too. Now you're talking way more money. So in my opinion, go with a wet kit if you want to send that bitch with at least 150, 175 horsepower. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope it helped you out a little bit. If it didn't, then click dislike. If it helped you, click like. Either way, it's cool with me. This your boy. Peace.